Hello, welcome to episode 11 of the Lovesockwool Podcast. That sounds so pretentious for some reason. I feel so awkward every time I try to do the intro. I apologize. This is about the fourth time I've tried to record this because the other three times my camera on the iPad kept giving out, and so I've given up and I'm back to the desktop because I know I won't run out of storage on my big computer. I hope everyone is well. I hope you had a lovely 4th of July weekend if you are stateside. We had a nice time. We went to the fourth in the park at Langford Park in St. Anthony Village. I think that's what it's called. It's the only 4th of July parade in the city of St. Paul. And it was very fun. So you can actually participate in the parade. There's like a brass band and garden clubs and high schools and hula hoop people. And then at the very end, us, our entire family walked in the parade. And a whole bunch of other people too. But it was very enjoyable. We all had our flags and were waving it. And and then, got picnic type food in the park. And just sat and chatted. A lot of our family members came, and we just sat in the shade and caught up with each other. And they had pony rides for the kids and other events. And in the evening, Ben took Priscilla and Marshall to watch the fireworks. I think they went to the Stone Arch Bridge. I happily stayed home and put Juliet to bed and binge-watched Bones and Knitted Socks, which was delightful, except I probably need to stop watching Bones because I've been having weird dreams. That show can be a little disturbing. It's the one with the forensic anthropologist and the FBI agent, and they solve crimes. It's very good. But it's a little gruesome sometimes. So, yeah, I might need to find a new show. I've been watching Poldark on Masterpiece. Have you been watching it too? There are 2 episodes out. And we should do hashtag Poldark socks on Instagram and show off what socks we're knitting while we watch Poldark. What do you think? Have you seen that show? Do you like it? I love it. If you like British drama or you like Masterpiece, I'm sure you will like Poldark. And it is an entire series of books. So if you're looking for some good reads, check it out. I downloaded the first book on my Kindle. It's just called Poldark, or Ross Poldark. It's the dude who plays that character is one of the dwarves from The Hobbit. Philly? One who has a romance with the other elf that isn't really in the book. So, it's very enjoyable. I highly recommend. And today, I believe, is the last day to enter your socks for the Summer Socks Cal hosted by Seashore Sharon. So if you finished your socks but you haven't posted, quick, get them posted because I think today's the last day. I managed to post a pair by the skin of my teeth. This is not the pair that I originally intended, but these were done and I knit them in June. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and show you these. I finished a pair for Summer Socks and Second Sock Down, which is the other Cal ongoing all summer long in the Ravelry group, Lovesockwool Podcast, to motivate us all to finish our second socks. So this is Crazy Sauberball in the Fleeter-Dooft colorway, and I think they turned out quite nice. Just a nice plain vanilla sock with slip stitch, heel turn, etc. And that is not the only one. I finished my Arnie and Carlos socks as well. And this is the purple one. I do not remember the number, but I'll try, if I can, I'll try to put it in the show notes. But it's the only one that looks like this, so if you're looking at websites that sell Arnie and Carlos, this is the one. And I'm glad to have it done. I really want to knit the Fall Night. I think this is Twilight. I think that's what this one is called. But the one that I'm kind of itching to knit is Fall Night. It's the one with like dark colors and orange and I think some blue. And I do have that one. But I have to be honest, I'm not 100% smitten with the Arnie and Carlos. I mean, I really like it, but it's not like I absolutely must knit it right now. Do you know what I mean? So I might take a break before I cast on Fall Night. I say that, and then probably I'll cast it on tonight. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, as usual. So 2 pairs for second sock down, yay! If you do not know what I'm referring to, I highly recommend you just watch my previous episodes, particularly episode 5. And then I did finish Not Your Mother's Sock Monkey. This is such a cool colorway. I love it. And oh, I'm sorry, all of these are knit on 2.25 millimeter needles. And sorry, my computer's being strange. And they're all 64 stitch socks. I usually knit 25 rounds of 2x2 ribbing, and then I pretty much always knit 90 rounds total before I start the heel flap. Except for this one, I did 80 just because. So yes, I have that one finished, and then I've got the second one going right here. So, about halfway done with the cuff. What else have I been working on? I've had a couple reckless sock cast-ons because I can't go more than a couple days without casting on another sock. Oh, I was going to say, look how much of the crazy Zauberball I had left over. That's a lot, don't you think? It's almost probably enough for a toddler pair of socks for Juliet or something. You know, I brought that up just to show how much I had left over. Okay, so every now and then I get completely obsessed with Austerman Step. So I had to cast on an Austerman Step sock. I think it was a week ago. I think it's been a week ago. Here, I'll put it on the sock blocker so that you can see it better. I really love Austerman Step. Doesn't it look like an old-fashioned color? It looks kind of vintagey for some reason. I don't know, call me crazy, but I don't know, it's kind of muted. I don't know, just has like this faded, old-timey quality. I just love it. And I got these on Magic Loop. These are some old knit picks, 2.25 nickel plated, which I quite like. And I just finished the gussets so I can work down the foot. I really quite like it. I got this yarn. I think the website is abundantyarns.com. It is colorway 0003 or colorway 3. But I think the words that they used to describe it was like grass is greener or something like that. So yeah, it's just a fun, just muted greens, some rust in there, kind of orange, I don't know. And Abundant Yarns always sends you a stitch marker that matches the yarn. Yeah, like they always coordinate their stitch markers with whatever yarn you buy, which is quite nice of them, I do think. Okay, so that was Austerman Step. And then my other reckless cast on, which I think happened the same weekend, was, and I don't remember how this came about or why I decided to do this, but, you know, I can't keep track. I can't keep track of all my changing moods. This is Hedgehog Fibers sock in the Monet colorway. I had thought that I did not want to knit socks with Hedgehog fiber because, you know, it's just such luxurious, soft yarn that I was like, no, I should knit shawls or hats or something like that. I shouldn't put it on my feet. But for some reason, I changed my mind, and I'm glad I did because it's really pretty. And again, this is Monet. And I got it at Stephen B, which is the only place I can get it in my neighborhood. And I'm literally just have to Kitchener the toe. I finished the toe before church this morning, but I didn't have time to finish Kitchenering, so I'll do that when I'm done recording, I guess. But yeah, I really, really super love how that sock was turning out. Here's the ball. Sorry, I feel like it's getting washed out. I don't know what to do about that. But very squishy, very nice and squishy. This sock is hanging out in my Elizabeth bag that Priscilla thinks is super creepy, but I love it. It's just a modernized version of Queen Elizabeth. Also in this bag is some Knit Picks palette. Remember I said I ordered some Knit Picks palette? I have 6 balls of this. It's Haze Heather, I believe. And I had thought that I wanted this for the campsite shawl, but I don't think I would like the campsite shawl in this yarn, even though I really do like this yarn, but I don't think I would like the campsite in it. So I cast on the Pioneer Girl by Susan B. Anderson. And if you get a chance, go look at that project page or pattern page on Ravelry. It's a lovely shawl that's garter, and then the edging is lace, and the lace look like little houses because it's, you know, obviously it's inspired by Little House on the Prairie. Susan did a collabo with Little Skein and the Big Wool, where there were these beautiful kits with yarn and project bag and the pattern, and I think probably the book as well. So pretty. I wish I could have gotten one of those kits, but alas, I did not. But I can knit the pattern, and Susan was very kindly having a sale. I think it was a 20% off sale with a coupon code, which may have ended by now, but it should say on the pattern page if it's still available. But anyway, it's a lovely pattern, and I can't wait to get to the lace. I don't know when I will. I just kind of pick it up and knit some garter here and there when I feel like it. But all of these projects match my Elizabeth bag. There's purples, and it really does match. It's hard to tell, but it really does. Okay, there's more socks. I am not done. Oh, no, no. Okay, so it's 4th of July weekend. So I had to cast on my Zombody socks by Desert Vista Dye Works. This is Zombody Doodle Dandy in her sparkle base. It's just so fun. I just love it. Here's the, sorry. Okay, Desert Vista Dye Works, Zombody Doodle Dandy. Knitting needles are flying. That's what happens on this podcast. Really fun. So these, hopefully I will get these knit in the month of July. But I probably won't. But I will attempt to. That will be my intention. So I cast those on like Friday night or something, so that they would be ready for the 4th of July. And then I picked up an old whip, really old whip, that I cast this on Christmas, before Christmas, something like that. And this is from the Lemonade Shop, the Rainbow Stripe colorway. She has quite a lot of these rainbowy colors. They're all very fun. And I don't know what was wrong with me, but I got to about like maybe here, and I don't know, I just put it down and wasn't knitting on it. But the other night I picked it up and put a dent in it. Got about 10 more rows before the heel flap. So it was nice to pick up. For some reason I'm knitting them on zeros, and I think that might be why I put it down. I think I should have just used my regular size 1s, because I don't think I really need to be knitting this on zeros, but that's just what I was doing, so I don't want to rip it out. I'll just keep going with it. There's the yarn. There has to be more socks. There are. Yes, there are. I see them now. Okay, so pardon me while I reach. Okay, so I finished this one quite some time ago. This is Water Sprites by Volan Vine Yarns on her Blitzed base. This was, I think, the first colorway in her Art Nouveau club that she did. And so I had ordered this quite some time ago and finished the first one. But then, just the second one languished like it does, and I got it back going again over the weekend. Turned the heel yesterday and just working on my decreases. And again, I'm using size zeros. These are, again, Knit Picks Caspian needles, which I really like. They're very pretty, and they feel really nice in my hands. Yeah, and they match the yarn too, which is fun. So hopefully I'll get these done. Another pair for second sock down. And this is how much I have left. It will be enough, I am sure, because I have knit Kristen's Blitz base before with size zeros with this exact stitch count and still had plenty left over. Is that it for the socks? I think it might be. Yes, I do. Okay, I'm gonna have to reach because somehow I managed to throw my yarn that I wanted to show you. Sorry, for the campsite. So I didn't cast on the campsite yet. I thought I was going to, but I didn't. I sent the PDF to Kinko's because I wanted it in this binding, and I just wanted it in paper format, on nice thick paper so you could see the charts, and I hope that's okay. I showed that, but it was just one of them. I don't think you can reverse engineer the entire pattern from one chart. But yeah, I just thought that to try to knit this, it would be easier for me to keep track of everything if I have a paper format. And I really, really like this pattern, and so I want the paper format to be protected and nice. So I think I'm going to go with this yarn. This is Madeline Tosh in the leaf colorway, and it is Tosh Merino DK. This is from Stash. I did not purchase this especially for the campsite. It's been in my stash for quite some time. I have a sweater's quantity of it, and I just know now I'm probably never going to knit that sweater. This is not going to happen. We need 780 yards for this pattern, which is a lot. It's like a sweater's quantity practically. So I know I have enough, and it is a really pretty, lovely green. And so I think this is what I'm going to use. So maybe I'll cast this on this coming week. We'll see. I did get the I think it's the 5th clue. It might be the 4th clue for the Thunderstorm Mystery Cow, but I have not started on that yet. So yeah, but this clue is a longer clue, so we have 2 weeks to work on it. So hopefully I can keep track of all these things. Is that it for knitting? Can't be. There's got to be more. Stash enhancement. I didn't do stash enhancement last time. I forgot. The Zombody Doodle Dandy was stash enhancement, but I completely forgot to show it. So, I apologize. I do have a tiny bit of stash enhancement to show. I ordered more Crazy Zauberball from Love Knitting. That lovely Maria Monska, I think she must have put in my email to loveknitting.com to send me a coupon, because you can do that when you go on there. Like, you can put in your friends' emails, and it will send them a coupon code with free shipping. Thank you, Maria. I got it in my email. I immediately used it to get more Crazy Zauberball. So thank you, thank you. Let me show you the color. It is really pretty. It is called Charisma. Look at that. It's like deep navy with fuchsia, like deep oil or bright purple. So pretty. I love it. And even it kind of goes to black too. So yeah, so I have this ball of Crazy Sour Ball, and then I have the one I showed a couple episodes back, called Chocolata Saita or something like that, which has oranges and grays and kind of a good guy color, I would think. I mean, it could be for either, but either genders. But I don't know. I look at it and think, oh, that would be a great guy sock. So I can't decide. Should I cast on this one or the other one? I don't know, but you know that I need to always have Crazy Sour Ball on the needles, and I don't right now because I finished the Fleeterdoofed ones. So more need to get cast on regardless of how many other socks are on the needles. Okay, so then the only other thing I have to show is these little guys right here. This is going to come across as like I'm such a yarn snob, but I can't believe I bought this. This is the Deborah Norville Collection Serenity Sock Weight that you can get at Joann's or Michael's or any of your craft stores. This colorway is called Pink Sugar, and I've had my eye on this colorway every time I go in Joann's because I always look at the sock yarn in Joann's to see, like, oh, do they have any new Patons Croix colorways? And then this brand is always like right next to the Patons Croix in the Joann's that I go to, and I always look at it and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's probably like, it's such cheap sock yarn. I'm not gonna buy it, but I always would see this color and be like, that is really pretty. I mean, look at it. Like, you even can see, hold on, how it knits up. It's like a stripy. Again, there's something vintage about this color. It's just like a faded vintage quality. Everything is old-timey and vintage to me. And then one of our own in the groups, I think her name is Snippets and Stash. She knit, I was on her project page one day, and she knit a pair of socks in this colorway, and they are beautiful. And it is a testament to this lovely color, but it's also testament to her incredible photography skills, and she has beautiful projects. But anyway, the next time I was at Joann's, I was like, I'm just gonna get it. I don't care if it's cheap sock yarn. I'm gonna get it. I do not discriminate against sock yarns. They are all good. And I will enjoy knitting these. I will. And I'll let you know how it goes. And then I also picked up, this is the same, hold on, I get confused with my, it's still upside down. There we go. So this is charcoal, and so I thought it would be fun to do like a contrast heel with a nice gray. So yeah. And okay, it's 230 yards, and it's 50% superwash merino wool, 25% rayon, 25% nylon. So yeah, I don't know how these are going to wear. And it's bamboo. Like, it says rayon made from bamboo. And normally I do not like bamboo in yarn at all. I don't know why. I just don't like it. But this doesn't bother. So anyway, I'm excited to see how that knits up. I will let you know how that goes. Okay, so I don't know if you can see behind me. I finished a quilt. I'm so excited. This is the Ballard quilt by Jira Brandvig in her quilting book, Quilt As You Go Made Modern. And I've had this on the go for quite a few months now. And okay, so the pattern says that you're supposed to make 30 blocks, and they're 12-inch finished blocks. Well, doing the math, that's a lovely big-sized lap quilt, but I had 16 blocks finished, and I realized, well, if I just do 4 more and make it 20, it's still a really good-sized lap quilt. So that's what I did. So I wish there was a way to really show how big this is, because it's, I mean, like, okay, I'm sitting right here, and it completely covers, my lap down to my feet. So it's big, and I love it. I'm so glad that I just went ahead and finished it, even though it's basically 10 blocks short of what the pattern said, but I don't care. It's fine. And I used just a nice soft flannel for the backing. I got at Joann's, and it's 108-inch wide flannel, which is kind of hard to find sometimes, but Joann's had it. So I only had to buy I think I bought like 1.5 yards or 1.25 yards, and then just cut it appropriately and seamed it to make it wide enough for the whole quilt. And this is all art gallery fabrics. It's the Barry J. Emmy Grace fabric collection. So all of the fabrics in this quilt are from that fabric collection. This is my favorite. Little girl fishing in the deer. So pretty. So I have decided that I'm going to give this quilt to my friend who's going through chemotherapy. Because it's done, and also because I really feel like these fabrics remind me of her, and I think she will appreciate the fabrics in this quilt more than the Solstice Parade quilt that I showed last time. So I'll figure out something else. I'll either keep that one for me, or that will be a gift for somebody else. So I'm so excited to give this to Jenna. I'm not sure when I'll give it to her. It's kind of, it's July, so it's kind of hot, so I don't know if she really needs it yet. But yeah, I think that's just the nice thing about quilts, is that you can start one with certain fabrics, and then as you're quilting it, sometimes you will add in different fabrics, or you'll even change gears and decide, this is not going to be for me. This is going to be for my friend, even though I thought it was going to be for me. I love that, because it's like it's more organic. Quilting can be a journey, and it becomes a part of your life, and it's okay for it to go different paths and take you different places. And so this one is going to go to Jenna, and I actually am going to have a hard time parting with it, because I really love how it turned out. It's soft. I love how the Ballard quilt shows off these beautiful fabrics. So I just have it when I'm not sitting right here. I have it kind of just draped where I can look at it, and every time I come into my room, I'm just like, oh, it's so beautiful. And it's not because I did such a great job on it. It's because the fabrics are so beautiful, and because Jira's pattern showcases beautiful fabrics so that you can create a work of art. Not because I created a work of art, other people did, but just putting it all together, it becomes art, and I just love that. So yeah, I'm so excited that I finished it. And here, I'll put it back on the back of the chair. Maybe you'll be able to see it a little bit more. See that? Now all the quilting's done. Just did a lot of straight lines and some wavy lines. So yeah, right there. Okay, so I think that's it for knitting and quilting. I have been sewing some project bags. The other day I was just thinking about bags. I hadn't been super inspired lately, and for some reason, I don't know quite all of the details, but I just wanted to make some sock bags that look old-fashioned. More specifically, 1920s old-fashioned. So I'll show you what I came up with, and you tell me if you think it looks 1920s. Not all of them are, but about 5 of them are. So, I love natural fabrics, natural fibers, and I wanted to make sock bags that have linen on them. Like, take beautiful fabrics and piece them with linen. So that's what I did. So here's some teacups, and this is just a nice brown linen. I have one of those. And then I've got, do you see these recipes? It's that recipe fabric. And again, just natural brown, 100% linen. And all of these are just lined with unbleached utility fabric, which I love because it really adds stability to the bag. And every bag, of course, has a bottle cap cameo. roses and pinstripe linen. Is it just me, or does this look 1920s? I don't know why. Maybe I'm making things up, but it just reminds me of the 1920s. Quietness and pinstripes. And again, this is art gallery fabric right here. So pretty. I love this pinstripe linen. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. For some reason, this one I think looks particularly old-timey. I think it's just because it's a faded kind of mauve background, and then of course the pinstripe linen. So yeah, if you want to pretend like you're in the 1920s and you're just sitting by the river with your parasol, knitting socks in your vintage 1920s Lovesockwool sock bag, you can do that. Allow me to enable you to do that, to live out that fantasy. And then I made, this is also art gallery fabric, just kind of a nice mustard color. And then this one is lined with like orange polka dots. And then this is just another one that I just made. This is Ambleside by Moda, I believe. Just really pretty pink fabrics. The inside is kind of a piece. The inside is pieced as well. So I have 7 sock bags done. I was able to sew last week because the older 2 kids were away at camp, so I had time to sew. So these are all listed in Etsy, lovesockwool.etsy.com. I can also put links. So if you are in need of an old-timey sock bag, I have some stock. I do not know how the rest of the summer is going to go as far as being able to sew more, but I will try. I can't do planned updates because there's just too much coming and going with the summer. We've got a couple of weekend getaways planned, and yeah, there's just, I don't feel like I have control over my time. So I can do the best I can, but I just sew when I can sew. I think that's it for all that I'm going to discuss. I hope everyone has a lovely July. I am hoping I can keep recording every 2 weeks. Again, we're going to be doing some traveling, like weekend traveling, and so I'm not sure if it'll be exactly 2 weeks. It might be 2.5 weeks. We'll have to see how it goes. Keep knitting socks, and don't forget, #PullDarkSocks if you're going to watch the episode. Show me what you're knitting while you're watching Pull Dark, okay? I would love that. Okay, take care, guys. Bye.